You're listening to Fountain of Thought with your hosts, Dennis Fountain and Sonny Rain. One small step for man, one giant leap for America.
This show contains adult themes and language. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, everyone, to the Fountain of Thought podcast. This is the podcast where we talk about anything and everything. Just like Kim Jong-un in a Golden Corral buffet, anything goes down his throat. Call in or leave us a voicemail on our listener line at 413-612-8037. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at TalkFOT, subscribe on YouTube and Rumble, or visit our website at fountainofthought.com, where you're going to find contest registrations, shout-out requests, and so much more. And now, without any further ado, here is my co-host and broadcast partner, Mr. Sonny Rain. Sonny?
Greetings, Dennis. How are you today?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm feeling pretty good. I was just listening to that wonderful opening. Could you introduce yourself again? Just go for it.
What, you mean introduce the whole thing?
No, just you. Just introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dennis Fountain from Fountain of Thought podcast.
It's just the way you say that name. It sounds so debaucherous.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you spell that word?
Yes, I can.
Debauch.
Debaucherous.
You did your homework.
I do that occasionally.
Yeah.
But I brought this up just because before you kick off your show. It's kind of funny because, I'm not going to.
Funny or funny weird?
Funny haha, and funny weird, I guess. Some of our listeners will probably understand this, but this is Dennis. Okay, you check this out.
I love so much about the name Dennis is just how debaucherous it is. That's literally the only word I can find for this. It's a really debaucherous name, and it's debaucherous. That's weird me saying that. Debaucherous. It's debaucherous for a few reasons. That's because of its history and etymology and origins, and also because how we've used the name in modern times. Some of the characters we've associated with the name Dennis have made it very debaucherous indeed. This name has its roots and dates all the way back to the time of ancient Greece with the name of a Dionysus. However, Dionysus wasn't the name of any old ancient Greek person, it was the name of a Greek god. Dionysus was one of Zeus's many sons, and he was, and I'm quoting him, this is all the things I've seen him listed as a god as, he was the god of revelry, fertility, dance, madness, wild frenzy, festivities, pleasure, madness, and most importantly...
And most importantly...
Oh, you don't want to hear that part.
Oh, sure. Tell us.
I'm sure
go ahead.
That was wrong. I'm sure it was wrong. I'm sure it was wrong.
You sure it was wrong?
I'm sure it had nothing to do with you. But you're very debaucherous.
I can't imagine myself with anybody other than Dennis. He's amazing to everybody, and I wouldn't want to be with anybody other than him. When I first met Dennis, I thought, this is my pimp.
What do you got for us today, bud?
Well, we are going to talk about sports and what's wrong with professional sports, if anything.
There's a lot
I'm
wrong
not saying there is.
Professional sports.
Oh, there is. Then here we go. And you are the authority. You.
Me? I'm not the authority. I just have my opinion.
You. Go this way. Go this way. I gotta point that way. There you
This
go.
way.
This way. You are the authority. You are the authority.
What do you want to hack apart?
Well, there's lots of things we can talk about as in what's wrong with it, but I didn't want to bore people with one thing. So let's talk about several things, from money to the rules to the fans to everything. Let's have a good old tailgate party and talk about sports.
Tailgate party sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, doesn't it? It's making me hungry,
Especially for a nice big grinder.
Yeah. Maybe something in a wicker basket. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
What's wrong with sports today? Well, it's too commercialized. And it's I don't know. It's not like it used to be.
Could you elaborate?
Yeah,
You mean
I'm trying to find the right words. Well,
you mean wholesome?
I don't know. To me, sporting events, especially like take high school sports for instance. Okay, you play for your school, you play for your classmates, you play for a cause and stuff. And it just seems like today's athletes, they play for money, and it's all about the money. And ultimately, no matter how you paint the picture, it comes down to the money.
Right?
Who can get the most? How much can they get? And when they get that much,
can they get it better than the next?
Do I feel that I'm being paid better than him because I feel I'm better than him?
Right.
And between that going on and the fact of gambling has taken up such a huge thing in sports today that sometimes you wonder. Sometimes you start to wonder. You start to smell a rat and wonder. Hey, are some people on the take? Are some people, given bonuses if they say miss a call or don't call a strike or I didn't see that foul on the court.
Well,
that wasn't icing. I mean,
yeah.
Depending on what sport you're following, I mean, there comes times where you're watching and you say, that just doesn't smell right.
Well, some would say that the baseball World Series is payback for losing the All-Star game for Atlanta.
Well, yeah. I mean, look at that. Okay, now people are right away going to say conspiracy theory, but let's look at that. Okay, the city of Atlanta gets penalized because they changed their voting laws. And they're told, Major League Baseball on this is, no. In protest of you changing your voting laws, which I don't understand how Major League
Baseball
they
go together.
Anything to do with voting.
Right.
But whatever. Okay, so you stuck your nose where it don't belong as far as I'm concerned. But you turn around and penalize an entire city, which is your vendors and your fans and everything, by telling them we're pulling the game out of Atlanta this year and we're putting it in Denver. Now, we're not even going to get into the politics of that alone, which is ridiculous, but just the fact that they punished Atlanta. But then, 5 months later, who happens out of 32 teams? Is it 30? No, 30 teams, excuse me. Wins the World Series? The Atlanta Braves. I mean, I'm not, like I said, coincidence? Probably. But
just
it does trigger
that look bad.
The optics are bad. You start to look at things and go, was it that they realized that we shouldn't have done that? So now we got to pay back Atlanta and the team that was out of all the teams that made the playoffs, they were the worst team record wise, and yet they come ahead.
This is what we were talking about. Again, this is not news to our listeners and viewers. We talk a lot, and one of the things Sonny and I talk about is usually ends up on the podcast because we think it's an interesting conversation, and we say, hey, why don't we talk about that? That's actually, folks, how this whole thing got started is because Sonny and I converse a lot, probably too much, and we said, you know what, that's a good podcast topic. How come no one's talking about that? So that's how it started. But you and I were talking about sports, in particular baseball, how to make baseball better. And, you said, between the 30 teams and all that stuff. And I think NFL has a right when it comes to the games. They have very few games. So each game is important. When you watch baseball, hell, you could miss 10, 20, and it doesn't matter. I mean, it really doesn't matter.
Well, first of all, as far as baseball goes, the season is way too long. And obviously it was It was made to be longer, and they're going to use it. We did it for the fans, so they had more. No, you did it because you need the revenue, because of the amount of salaries they have to pay. They need the revenue from ticket sales and so forth and so on.
Right.
So 163 games, I believe, in a
ridiculous
season. That's to be a baseball fan and make that commitment. You're looking at 4 or 5 games a week, and at one time it was always known as being the national pastime. Personally, I think football has replaced it. Because football in this busy world we live in now is less of a commitment. You have a once a week commitment to watching a game, and you can plan that into your schedule. It's very difficult to plan 4 or 5 games a week to your schedule, and then ultimately when it comes down to the fact that the last couple of weeks, that's when you really want to be watching, because that's when you're going to find out how the playoffs are going to shape up. And then, of course, when they do that again is not done by who's really the best. It's done by ridiculous things, wild cards and divisions that aren't properly put together, And it's always seems it's the high market teams, meaning the teams that can afford to spend money on good ball players, pretty much all end up in the mix. You get a couple here and there, pardon the word, wild cards that happen to just have a good season and they make it in. But for the most part, it's all your big guns that make it. And I don't know, it's just not the same as it used to be, And then all of them, they stretch the playoffs so damn long. By the time you get from the beginning of the playoffs to the actual championship games, it's like, my God.
I agree. I think that's part of it, and I think what you're missing is and again, lack of a better word, the wholesomeness of it. I mean, the athletes used to be, in my opinion, more respected, and I believe they liked the fans better.
They were role models.
Yeah, right. And
not to say that there's some of them still are. We don't want to make that
right.
That that
overall brushstroke that everyone. Yeah.
But there are a lot that have tainted the picture.
Right, let's talk about. Here's a good example: Jerry Remy, who just passed away. All right, played for the Red Sox. Awesome guy.
Second baseman for the Boston Red Sox, and a fantastic broadcaster.
Yeah, and went on till the day he died, went on loving Red Sox and loving the fans. I've got recordings of Jerry Remy. He recorded an answering machine message for me. I went and had the All-Star game with Jerry Remy. I mean, he was just a I don't know what you call it. I don't want to. I don't know, not really a guy's guy, but he was just an average person who you could talk to, and he loved the fans no matter what. And he never let it go to his head. He never let the stardom go to his head, and it never changed him. He never became a different person.
And he made the games more fun because it was about
as an
baseball.
Announcer, it was a riot.
It was baseball, but it was the whole. It was all of it. He understood that baseball wasn't just the stats and the players and the hitting and the catching. It was also the experience, the food you were eating, the fandom, being in the crowd, falling asleep by the seventh inning, drinking too much beer. I mean, no topic at all was off limits. And especially when he had Don Orsillo as his co-host.
My favorite was Don Orsillo, and if it goes into extra innings or there's a rain delay, oh, my God, those two were a riot. Yeah. They were incredible.
Or you could be watching a game where the Sox were getting blown out, and they would find something, and you were watching now to hear what they were going to continue, because they'd go 2, 3, 4 innings on the same subject.
Yeah, I know.
And, and then and then the funny thing is then you'd go to Sunday Night Baseball, and then you get these announcers from ESPN, and you'd be like,
JoeBuckSucks.com.
Yeah, and go back even before him. Joe Morgan, God bless him, he was a great baseball player, but announcer, he could put an insomniac to sleep. I mean, he was just that boring,
Well, here's my problem with all of the announcers today, and see if you follow along with this, because it's in my opinion, but they root for who's ever winning at that time. And I'm not saying the announcer has to pick a side. That's not what I'm saying. I think they should be equal. But if the Patriots are leading, oh my God, the Patriots, they're the best team ever. They're great. And then all of a sudden it flips and the Carolina Panthers are winning. And then it's, oh my God, these Panthers are awesome. They can't be beat. It's just, they're not credible anymore. You don't believe them anymore,
Well, I also find that depending on what market you play in also determines a factor in it. And I've been saying this for years, and I swear it's not my imagination, but when you watch, say, football's a good example, obviously, so we're going to go to Monday Night Football, and they play their opening song for the Monday Night Football. If you watch the clips all during the opening song, which is the old Joan Jett song there, I believe, and you watch all the clips, you very seldomly will see New England Patriots, maybe once in a while. And when Brady became hot with us, you saw him once in a while. But you'll see certain teams that'll get 3, 4, boom, boom, boom throughout the whole thing. And it doesn't matter if they're 1-7 that year; they're still going to get that kind of exposure. So that tells you that certain cities are worth more money in the market, and they get more attention. Well, and then also you get plagued by the fact of Tom Brady when he was with New England. for the majority, all you heard announcers talk about was, oh, they're cheaters. He's a cheater. Cheater. He goes, he's 1 year into Tampa Bay, and now, there's an announcer out there. Oh, my God, Tom Brady is the greatest, blah, blah, blah. It's like, where were you for 20 years when he was in New England? And, it's, again, is it because Tampa Bay is more of a high market area, or, which I'm doubtful, but I can't understand it. I can't put my hand or my foot on it or my thumb or my finger or anything, but it just, I don't know, it just seems weird.
It doesn't feel equal. That's what it is.
No.
Or fair. Yeah. So back
course,
to base.
All this crap I'm saying, I just want to make it perfectly clear. I still love sports, and I still enjoy watching them. These are just, again, my opinions and observations that I've made. They may be just paranoid delusions, and maybe some of it's real. I don't know. But it's something worth looking at and talking about, because I think sometimes if people think they're pulling the wool over your eyes, they become lazy,
right?
And they start getting more blatant about it, and then all of a sudden, now everybody wakes up, and it's just something to watch. Anyway, go ahead.
I was going to say, let's go back to the baseball thing that we were talking about. How do you and I think we can fix baseball? Well, one of the things that we thought was a no-brainer. Exactly, shorten the season, have less games.
And I don't like this. I like our sports to be more in line with our seasons.
Seasons.
But
not everyone has that though.
Well, I get that. But they don't in weather-wise. But I've found that even in Southern California, they still follow the same calendar we are. Summer's still summer.
They do, yeah.
It's not the temperature. It's just the fact of how you feel. And when we hit the fall, when you hit September, that's football time. And in the middle of winter, it's basketball and it's hockey. That's what kind of gets you through. But spring and summer is baseball. But when you start getting to the end of August, that's when the baseball season should be starting to wind down, at least the regular season. And that's how it used to be. It used to end at the end of August, and then September would be the beginning of football and playoffs. Yeah, it was.
But you had playoffs for baseball in October.
The World Series would be the first week of October.
Right, yeah.
But the playoffs would be in September. The end of the season would be the end of August.
Yeah.
Or sometimes they spill into the first 3 days of the month. It would be August 31st and then September 1, 2, and 3 maybe before all the teams finish up. But anyway, the playoffs would start in September, and you'd have your World Series first week of October. And by mid-October, that's when football's really starting to click,
Right.
And it flowed better. But now this going to all the way to, you're done the first week of October, and then it used to be just 2 rounds of playoffs. Now we got to do the wild card. See, you're going to pick 2 of those, and both of those got to play each other. And if one has a hot game that particular day, despite the other one, okay, they're in. Now they got to play the divisional series. Now we got to go through 7 games of that, or 3 out of 5 rather, best 3 out of 5. And then when we get them, by the time you get to the World Series, it's just I'm tired of it.
It's too much.
Yeah, it's
too much.
And when you go back to say 1975, the first year I started watching, there was 4 divisions in baseball: East, West, East, West. You had a winner in each division. Each division played 3 out of 5. Whoever won those 3 out of 5 went directly to the World Series. It was that quick. Bam, bam. World Series.
Thank you, ma'am.
Done.
Yep.
But you can't make money and sell commercials and do all the things they want to do on only 3 games.
Now let's talk about the money part. And we believe that they do a lot of these things strictly for the money. We have an answer for that, don't we?
I got a couple of answers, but which one do you want to go with first?
Well, I'm thinking about the ones where a player, and it doesn't matter what sport they're in, they get paid a set salary. So every pitcher makes a certain amount of money. Every quarterback makes a certain amount of money.
Yeah, you can break it up by positions or jobs. I mean, catchers make this, pitchers make this, quarterbacks make this, linemen make this, and that's basically the maximum. There can be a scale on it. You can have entry level, maximum.
Well, for years of service, you could pump it up and everything, but every pitcher in the league makes the same all the time. If you've been there 5 years, then all the pitchers that have been there 5 years make the same. If you've been there 10 or 20, whatever, the salary stays the same for every player in every sport, no matter where it is. Now, this is where they make the money. Go ahead.
Endorsements, number one. If you're good, people want you to sell their products, so you're free to do all your endorsements.
And include the sport endorsement, the team you work for. In other
Any
words,
and all
right.
endorsements. If they're going to use your name to sell
Right.
either the team or products or something, you get a cut of that. You can negotiate that on your own.
Right.
That's between you and the companies that
Right.
want to hire. Whether it's if you're a baseball player, Major League Baseball wants to use you in a commercial, then they pay you
Right.
extra for that.
Right.
That's fine. Secondly, you can have incentives with players. You can
Right.
say, if you're a power hitter and you're, the average home runs is 25 a year. If you make that 25 years,
Right.
you can have bonuses just like work performances. They do
Exactly.
that all the
That's
time.
exactly
You can
it.
have
Yeah.
all these things. Now, people out there are immediately going to say, oh, wow, yeah, but the reason why we have free agency and we have contracts is because it's the owners that were taking all the money. You own again, that's another topic for another day, but if you own the company, you own the company.
Right.
It's about how you decide to make it fair. But when the players all crabbed about it back in the 80s, that was the conditions. It was the owners were making too much, they weren't making enough. So they wanted the ability to be free agents, because if you were drafted, say, by a low market team that was never going to have any big money to pay, and you were stuck with them for a career, you weren't going to make the same that New York City was going to pay the New York
Right.
Yankee players. So you wanted free agency. So they gave you free agency. But what did they do? They abused it. Now it became, well, how much is he making? Well, if he gets $200,000 a year, I deserve $400,000. I'm better than him. And now we're talking salaries of $500 million over the course of 10 years for one player. Who's paying for that? Ultimately, who's paying for that?
You and me and
It's like the government sitting there saying, this is not going to cost you a thing. One way or another, yes, it is. It's going to get you in the back end, the front end, somewhere. They're going to get it from you. Where do they get it? Ticket prices, food, all these things. This is where the money comes from to pay these players that want these obscene amounts of money.
look at how much it costs to go to a Red Sox game or a Patriots game. I mean, just the
Again,
parking alone.
1975, my father paid $17 for box seats behind the visitors' dugout, and I think they were probably 12 rows back.
Yeah.
You know what those particular seats would go for today?
Yeah. And
It's
they say that
ridiculous.
no scalping happens. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But
Yeah.
the parking, yeah.
Yeah.
Last time I went to Boston for a game, what was it, $75 they wanted to park a car close to...
If you park right across the
close
street,
to the
I think that's what
close
it
to the
was.
garden.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's
so
crazy.
basically what happens? It happens to be the game of the rich. Those are the only ones that can afford to go to the games. So what do we do? Us poor people stay home. And now what are they doing? Now what they did years ago, we used to have all our baseball was on channel 38. And it was on cable. You could watch. No. You had to start Nesson. And then Nesson, you got to pay for it. And I mark my words, I'm waiting for them to finally sit and say, well, if you want football, you're going to have to start purchasing it per game like they do for pay-per-view because of these players and the amount of money they want. Well, you're only paying a 17-game season. Where's the revenue come from? It's going to come from somewhere.
Right.
And one way or another, it's going to come from the fans.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there are, you got Nesson and you've got Fox Sports and you've got, there's another one. There's a couple other ones.
Oh, there's a few.
Can't think of them, but yeah, it's crazy, and we sit there and we look, how are we going to watch the game this week? And we got to sit there and try to figure out how we're going to watch the game because a lot of us, we don't have cable anymore. But even if we did, you couldn't find it on there because it's on something else. Now, CBS, it's not CBS anymore, sorry. Paramount Plus is showing it, and Twitter are showing games. It's just
Amazon Prime shows them.
Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just
and another thing that's wrong with games today is this oversensitivity, and they're destroying rivalries. I remember growing up, if you were a Red Sox fan or a Yankee fan, and there was a rivalry, it meant something. It's like all the rivalries are toning down now because it's all about gotta not hurt somebody's feelings, and you gotta watch what you say. I mean, look at the NFL a couple of years ago. They were flagging 15-yard penalties if you over excessive celebration in the end zone. Thank God they came to their senses and got rid of that. I mean, but it's just got to the point where society's like, oh my God, just a bunch of crybabies.
Well, they
That's
still have
sports.
the taunting penalty. You still can't taunt.
Well, and I don't get it because the bottom line is that's what sports is, competition.
Yeah.
And it stems from this other crap of when we were kids playing Little League, if you won the championship, you won the championship and you got the trophy and you got the banquet and you
Not
got the
everyone else
presentation.
did.
Oh, now today everybody gets a trophy for participating. That's not how you achieve greatness. That's not how you make a person want to come back and say, well, I did okay this year, but next year I'm going to do better. You don't do that. Some people are so into that. Oh, that's no, whatever.
All right, well, let's talk about names. I know this is ticking you off because there's talk that the Minnesota Vikings are changing their name or want to change their name because they don't want to be associated with Vikings. And why? Because the Vikings raped and pillaged.
Right, and their claim to that is that it's offensive.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I find it offensive that you're picking on Vikings because Vikings come from Norway, Sweden. That's where my ancestors come from. So what are you saying? That's what I am. I'm a rapist and a village pillager.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with, you go through all the Cleveland Indians, changing their name to the Guardians because we can't say the word Indians. It's offensive. I'm sorry, people. Come on. Offensive. Everything's offensive. Just grow a pair and knock it off. It's not offensive unless you use it in an offensive meaning. If you use it derogatory or you use it in a way to hurt somebody, absolutely. But when you're not, and you're especially like, you say the word Indians and you're showing a chief in his headdress, and very powerful.
Yeah.
You're showing an image of power and strength. How is that offensive? It's not. It's just people just being ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now the one that I still don't think it was a big deal, but the Washington Redskins. Okay.
Oh, you mean the Washington football team?
Yeah. Okay. Well, the Redskins. All right. I'll. When sometimes you come to the table, you got to negotiate. So I'll say fine. I'll let you have that one because that is a derogatory term to use. I get it, but they could have changed it to the Washington Warriors. I don't think they had to back off completely because it started a chain reaction. Now, now it's the Indians. It'll be the Vikings. What's next? Didn't you just tell me that they got to change the name of the bullpen?
Yeah, they're trying to change the bullpen. Oh, dang it. I forgot what they want to change it to.
Arm Barn.
Arm Barn. That was it. Yeah.
Arm Barn. Because why? Because it's offensive to bulls.
The bulls.
I mean...
I wonder how many bulls they pulled. How's that happen?
Yeah, I mean, they're not. Bulls aren't offended to the fact that they're going to become hamburger at some point, but
they also
all
can't
those baseball players. Yeah,
come
on, it's just, the world is out of control.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. And sports has been, especially the last 2 years, has been caving into it left and right. Every left wing offensive, wacky idea, and they're right on board with it. I'm sorry. It's gone too far. It's crazy. Sports is supposed to be something to entertain us. It's supposed to be a distraction from everyday life for people who work their ass off all week long. They look forward to watching their sports, okay? That's what it's supposed to be, entertainment. Mm-hmm. It's not supposed to be a political war game. It's not supposed to be a place to settle all your social differences. It's supposed to be entertainment, and that's the way I feel. And if people don't like it, too bad. Respect my opinion because you keep forcing yours down my throat, and I'm tired of it.
I agree. I agree. That's how we really feel, right?
Yeah.
Arg, arg. All right, so are you going to munch down on some of that food over there? Or
no, I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it for you to keep, looking at and admiring.
Where are you, by the way? I'm trying to...
I am over in Michigan.
As far as I know.
Oh, no, it says on the sign in the back. It was supposed to be, I thought it was supposed to be a home game, but it turned out it's an away game.
It's an away game. Oh, I see.
I'm just going to sit here and party with me and a couple of friends, and
I do have one more.
Maybe we'll put out a TV on the back bumper.
I do have one more thing to add because when you, I was going to say, are you watching it on TV? I am tired. This is not. It goes along professional sports things. I'm tired of all of these athletes, and I saw it so much in today's game of the Patriots, of players looking up at the big screen and watching themselves.
Oh, they love themselves.
Just play the game. Never mind stopping to admire yourself. I'm like, you can watch plenty of replay later, but watch it during the game. That was annoying.
On past episodes, we've always compared that the world is going where that movie Idiocracy is going.
Yes.
But when we talk about sports, it also brings back basketball. Yeah. When they're talking about the opening and they're talking about how sports is going downhill, and And it's exactly what you were saying. They were saying how the players were more interested in the celebration dance, preparing for the celebration dances, than they are trying to prepare to actually score.
And it's true.
And it is true. It's
to a certain extent. Not every player, but to a certain extent. Yeah, it is.
The Jumbotrons were put up supposedly to make for the fans.
Right,
the fans can see the game better, but it's turned into, oh, my God, I got to see myself. Look at that. Look at that. Next time I got to make sure I get my other side, because that's my good side.
Yeah. All right, everyone.
Hey, sports is good. I still love them.
Yeah.
But they do have some problems, and I feel if they don't fix some of them, they're gonna continue to lose fans.
Well, they've already lost some fans, but they're going to continue. You're right. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, everyone. We got some commercials coming up, so we're going to be right back after I feed my face because I am hungry like the wolf.
Oh.
Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
Ugh, what are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
What are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. It's been a long time since we've had an adventure in the forest.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
You're right. I should get out.
Yeah, the forest is not that far away.
Hey, Mom!
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Fountain of Thought podcast, listen you will. Funny they are. Talk about anything and everything they do. Wit and charm DJs Dennis and Sonny have. FountainofThought.com, website you go. There is no try, only do.
All right, welcome back. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor or advertising on our show, drop us an email at talkfot@gmail.com or give us a call at 413-612-8037. Sonny?
I'm in the bathroom. Just a minute.
Don't forget to spray some air freshener.
I'll be right with you.
What are you doing?
I'm back.
That reminds me. I have to go use the restroom. I'll be right back.
This show is all mine now. What'll I talk about? Well, folks. That is.
Hi, I'm back. How's it going?
Oh.
You know, I went out shopping the other day and I saw some winter stuff that was out there, and I just had to buy this lovely mask, and it's just perfect, don't you think?
Yeah, it's a pair of earphones with a Fountain of Thought logo in the center.
It's magic.
Wow, look at that. That's amazing.
I couldn't resist. I saw those, and they were this green color of the green screen, and I said, I got to buy those. That's just a riot. Oh, Lord.
So why did the Fountain of Thought logo come up right in the center of your
because
face
that's
like that?
what's behind me.
Oh, yeah, it went right through you. I see. Yeah.
I became invisible. I became headless.
Yes.
I was headless.
You like my Superman glasses?
Yeah, you're Superman.
Yeah, as far as you know.
I'm Batman, not you. I'm Batman. I don't know what you say. No, I am Batman.
All right, what's up next?
The moment you've been waiting for is finally here.
Yes, true or false headlines.
All right, everyone. True or False Headlines is being sponsored by the Ludlow Lions Club. Do you want to help those in your neighborhood? Volunteer to help today. You can learn more by visiting their Facebook page or by going to ludlowlions.org. And yet, even more, if you want to give them a call and talk to them personally, they can be reached at 754-900-ROAR. But normally we have a sound effect. There we go.
Wrong
All
mouse.
right, Sonny. True or false headlines. I got a couple of whoopers for you today. All right. True or false?
Headlines.
Yeah.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, a couple of whoopers. Worcester man breaks into house and falls asleep on the couch with 20 bags of crack. Or Yarmouth woman attempts to elude customs by hiding 20 pounds of crack in her bra.
The first one is definitely true.
You are correct. The first one is true.
That
Yeah, a 35-year-old man
classic.
was arrested in Worcester on Friday after police. By the way, it's Worcester, not Worcester,
not
or
Worcester?
Worcester. No, it's Worcester. Okay, WOO, Worcester. Okay, that crack. Oh, we have a weatherman, a local weatherman here, and we have, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it, Amherst College, and the University of Mass, which is in Amherst. And they say Amherst. They pronounce the H. No. If you're local and you're from around here, sorry, you don't pronounce the H. So now we know when anyone's not from around here. So anyways, Worcester police on Friday said he broke into a home on Hartshorn Road and fell asleep on the couch. Police say residents of the home woke up and found Sean Perry sleeping on their couch Friday morning with 20 bags of crack cocaine and a crack pipe next to him at around 5:50 in the morning. Officers responded, and they took a report of a break-in. They spoke with 2 residents who said they found a man sleeping on their couch, and he ran away when they screamed at him. Police said the residents also reported their car keys and wallet were missing. After receiving a description, officers broadcasted over the radio, and about a minute later located Perry, who matched the description at the corner of Chandler and June Streets, police said. Police said they discovered additional evidence that tied Perry to the residence and arrested him for breaking and entering in the nighttime with intent to commit a felony, larceny from a building, and possession of a Class B substance with intent to distribute. How
I have a question.
Stupid.
I have a question.
Yes.
Did he take the Worcestershire sauce?
That probably remained in the refrigerator. Yes, he probably did not take that.
That's news to me.
But don't you hate that when people don't pronounce things properly? Drives me.
Yeah,
so-
like
pet
the
peeve.
town between Worcester and where? There's Leicester.
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 Yeah. Leicester, folks. It's Leicester. All right, here are the next 2. One is true, one is false. It's up to Sonny Rain to tell us what's right. Colorado couple finds antique phone in their wall worth $900,000. Or lost hiker ignores rescuers' phone calls thinking they were spam.
I'm going with the second one.
You are correct. You are 2 for 2. Did you hear about these? Wow, you usually, wow.
I'm
Yep,
tailgating
you're right.
today 'cause
Yeah.
I'm very competitive.
You can get a cell phone signal on the highest mountain in Colorado, and if you get lost hiking that mountain, you should probably answer your phone, police say, even if you don't recognize the caller's number. That's the message being spread by Lake County Search and Rescue, which tried to help a lost hiker on Mount Elbert by sending out search teams and repeatedly calling the hiker's phone, all to no avail. The hiker set out at 9 a.m. on October 18th on a route that normally takes about 7 hours to complete round trip. A caller alerted search and rescue teams around 8 p.m., and a 5-person team stayed in the field looking for the hiker until 3 a.m., when the team finally suspended their search. If you're overdue according to your itinerary and you start getting repeated calls from an unknown number, please answer your phone. It may be search and rescue calling. I just can't. The hiker did not answer the calls because he believed them to be spam. The hiker spent the night on the side of the mountain before finally reaching safety the following day. How dumb can you be? I mean, really.
That was stupid.
How dumb can you be?
Really? Really? You want to go there?
I know I shouldn't, but it just, everybody is, it's a disease. It's a disease, and they're all catching it, and I don't know what the answer is, but
Don't catch the stupid.
don't catch the stupid. Don't catch the stupid.
Let's play Hollywood Soundbite Theater.
All right. Sonny
Wow,
and I-
that guy sounds just like me.
No, he sounds just like you. Oh, wait, that was you. Sonny and I will each pick a contestant to play for, and we're going to volley 3 movie sound clips at each other with a chance to earn a point for movie title, character, and actor. If we correctly identify all three, 5 points will be awarded. We're allowed 1 clue and 1 pass per game. Each week, the winning contestant's name will be entered into our monthly $25 gift card giveaway. For all the rules, regulations, and to enter our contest, please visit fountainofthought.com. And Mr. Rain, you are playing for... You are playing for Michelle Tanzer. Michelle Tanzer.
Well, Michelle, we're about to win.
Yes, you probably
7th
are.
week straight.
I don't like these 3 things. I don't get them. And I'm going to play for Kelly Boudreau. Kelly Boudreau. Ooh. I am not going to reveal Kelly's email, but let's just say it has the word kinky in it. So, all right. I'm going first this week, correct?
So did the donkey and Clerks too.
Had an email of kinky?
No, it was called Kinky.
Oh.
Kinky Kelly.
Kinky Kelly.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's going first?
Play the Soundbites sometime. Well, you know what? Why don't you go first?
Okay. You ready?
I'm ready.
Do you realize that I work at home? So never, never interrupt me, okay? Not if there's a fire. Not even if you hear the sound of a thud from my home, and 1 week later, there's a smell coming from there that can only be a decaying human body. And you have to hold a hanky to your face because the stench is so thick that you think you're gonna faint. Even then, don't come knocking. Or if it's election night, and you're excited and you want to celebrate because some fudge packer that you date has been elected the first queer president of the United States, and he's going to have you down to Camp David. And you want someone to share the moment with. Even then, don't knock. Not on this door.
I'm gonna ask for a clue.
Ooh, a clue. Okay. The gentleman is from... He played as a supervillain in a major motion picture. And the movie is... I'm going to say the movie title can't get much better than that.
What do you mean the movie?
You'll have to interpret that clue however you want to.
I'm going to go on a limb here and say Jack Nicholson, As Good as It Gets.
Yeah, what a limb you went on, right? Yeah, you knew what it was all the time.
I wasn't sure because I also thought it might have been Michael Douglas from Wall Street. So I had to see where you were going to. Do
you know his name?
That I don't remember. No.
All right, so that would be 1, 2, and so you get 2 points. Yeah, Melvin Udall, Mr. Udall. It's one of my favorite movies. I love that movie. He won an Academy Award for that movie, by the way.
Yeah. He was obsessive compulsive.
Yep, OCD. Yep.
Yeah. Carried around his little utensils and stuff. I remember that movie. Yeah, it was
Yep.
pretty good. Okay, you ready for your first one?
Yeah, bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on.
So this is what it looks like. This is great. Hey, wait a minute. Wait. You got doors on the stalls. They're not stuffed. Wait a minute. We don't have none of this stuff in the boys' room. Wait a minute. We don't got none of this. We don't got doors on the stalls in the boys' room. We don't have, what is this? We don't have a candy machine in the boys' room. We don't got none of that. None of that. I'm sorry. No, I want the principal here. I want him here this instant. Oh, now. This instant. I'll wait. Thank you.
I will pass. I haven't a clue.
That's it? You're just going to pass?
I have zero clue. I mean, the only thing I can think of is one of those movies from the 90s where they the girl dressed up as a guy or something. But I don't know. I have no clue.
Me neither.
What was it?
That was Pretty in Pink. That was Ducky.
Oh, God.
When he gets thrown, John Cryer, when he gets thrown into the ladies' room by the thugs.
Yeah. I can't believe I missed that one. I like that movie. Yeah.
No, kind of weird. But here's your pass.
All right.
Earl,
Are you paying attention now?
That's it? Hey, Earl?
No. You were talking while it was playing.
I was going to say it's okay, yeah.
Here you go.
Hey, Earl. Earl Stein, you old sheep fucker. How the hell are you?
My name's Brian.
Good one. Now, what the hell are you doing out here, Earl?
No. My name's Brian. Brian Moan.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, whatever you say, Brian. I'll see you at the office, huh? Tell you some stories about this weirdo.
I'm going to ask for a clue, please.
The person I'm looking for played the movie where he was beating up a weakling.
He was beating up a weakling. I guess I'm going to take a 0. I have no clue. I don't know.
Matt Dillon.
I thought that was him, but I wasn't sure. Yeah. All right.
There's something about Mary.
Yep.
He
All
played
right.
Healy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Here you go.
Yeah. If you touch my ass one more time, I will cut your balls off in your sleep. Okay? Yeah. There you go. All righty then. So, we clear on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Such a good fiance.
I will play it again because it is rather short.
Yeah. If you touch my ass one more time, I will cut your balls off in your sleep. Okay? Yeah. There you go. All righty then. So, we clear on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Such a good fiance.
Sandra Bullock while you were sleeping, rather.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay, you will get a... So Sandra Bullock is correct, but the movie is The Proposal, and she played Margaret Tate.
I had a chance.
I'll give you the 1 point.
Well,
There's still hope for me.
Yeah.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah, bring it on.
I just can't go near places like churches. Bulba! Elementary school. Jizz trap! Pretty much anywhere. Fart! Dildo! Big titties! Shit! Shit whore!
Hey, let's put the top up. I'll put on the air conditioning.
Do you want to hear it again?
No. Clearly, this person has Tourette's. So I'm trying to think of a movie with Tourette's in it. And I don't know.
I just can't go near places like churches. Bulba! Elementary school. Jizz trap! Pretty much anywhere. Fart! Dildo! Big titties! Shit! Shit whore!
You know, I had some I could have used, but I was trying to keep it a little clean.
You did last week, so I just went all out.
Wow. All right, enlighten me.
Deuce Bigelow. Amy Poehler.
Yeah, okay. All right. Here's your last one.
No, sir, I have no experience, but I'm a big fan of money. I like it. I use it. I have a little. I keep it in a jar on top of my refrigerator. I'd like to put more in that jar.
Adam Sandler, Robbie Hart, Wedding Singer. Give me my 5 points.
You suck.
Give me my 5 points.
Yeah, well, we need to change these rules. It's not fair.
What's wrong with
It's
the
not
rules?
fair. It's not fair.
How is it not fair?
Not fair. It's not
You
fair.
get 3 different chances to make scores up. You can't even get the actor. Never mind the movie.
It's not
You're
fair.
pathetic.
Not fair.
But we're right in the same vein again, though. This was your last one anyway, just for ha-has.
I hope she's doing your brother right now, you big-headed buffoon. No. You got more.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumb for having listened to it.
What's your language, you bud? We're on the air.
Oh, boy. This is, no. All right. So you won.
You don't know who that was either?
Well, it was Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Big deal. So what? Even if I guessed them all, I get 5. You've got 8. I can't possibly win. So.
2 in the box. Ready to go. We
be fast and you be slow. Yeah, okay. All right. So congratulations, Michelle Tanzer. You are this week's winner, and you will be entered into the $25 gift card giveaway at the end of the month. So congratulations, Sonny. You are a loser once again. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. I don't. It just slipped out. I don't know how it happens. These things.
It's time to dig deep. That only means one thing. It's time for questions from my sack.
All right, questions from my sack is being sponsored by Cobbler's Corner on the corner of Arkansas and Bowen in Antigo, Texas. Man, this show's gone downhill so fast. Where you'll find expert craftsmanship at unbeatable prices. There goes one of our sponsors. Tell them you heard this ad and receive a 20% discount on any repair. Give them a call at 817-460-0600 where they'll save your soul and gladly die for you.
Die for you.
Die for you. All right,
I'm
first
Batman.
No, I'm Batman. I do it much better than you. All right, here is the first question. What snack should I eat while listening to your podcast?
That was a question?
That was a question. What snack shall I eat while listening to your podcast?
Ice cream.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Whatever you feel like eating, it doesn't matter. It does.
Well, we're so hilarious. You don't want to risk choking on anything, so make sure it's something liquid.
Oh. All right, that went over really well. Here is the... Oh, I got 2.
Oh, groovy, baby.
All right, here is the next one. Have you ever been to jail? I have not.
I have.
I have been in a jail. You've been to jail? When did you ever go to jail?
18 years old.
You actually were in... You got locked up in a jail? You were in a cell?
Yeah, I was in a cell. I got picked up for... let me get this straight now. I don't want to screw this up. Minor transporting alcohol. I was handcuffed and I was walked because they happened to be pulled over in front of the police station.
All been
so I was handcuffed and I was walked into the station. I was told to take my belt off and my shoelaces off, and then I was thrown in the clink until my daddy had to come back down in and bail me out.
So what was the colonel doing?
The colonel?
Yeah.
Colonel Clink?
Yeah. We're showing our age.
Yeah, very much so.
All right, here is the last one. I don't think I ever knew that about you. That's interesting.
I've never told you that?
Yeah, I remember the story, but I don't actually remember you saying that you actually went behind bars.
Well, that's how I told you how I knew what they looked like.
That just leaves me open to so many things I could say, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, but please don't.
All right, here is the final question, and it is, what celebrity do you most want to meet? And they spelled it M-E-A-T. So what celebrity do you most want to meet?
I don't want to see any celebrities meet.
No, celebrities meet.
Well, it depends on what kind of meat we're talking about. But anyway, we're not going to go there.
Good. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm going to leave that one alone.
Oh.
But we are going to meet a celebrity. Though.
We are going to meet a celebrity next weekend.
One of our childhood heroes.
We will, and astronaut now.
And astronaut.
We will be meeting Mr. William Shatner.
Yes.
What celebrity would I most likely to meet? Well, I have to say, it would either be.
You want to go for a flight with the greatest American hero.
No,
and sing the song together.
No. It would either be Sandra Bullock or wait.
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, there you go, right here. See, copyright infringement? Anybody?
I got to tell you, Dennis was so happy the day he heard she was divorced for that short period of time.
How could she marry Billy Bob? I mean, really? Come on. Ugh.
Might have something to do with meat.
Yeah.
M-E-A-T-E. M-E-A-T-E.
All right. Who do you want to meet?
Who do I want to meet?
Yeah.
I want to meet...
I could say Donald Trump, too. Is he considered a celebrity?
I want to meet Brandon.
You do? The race car driver?
I want to meet Brandon. I got a few things to discuss with Brandon.
All right.
I want to give him a few of my opinions.
Okay. All right.
No, seriously, I want to... I would really enjoy meeting... I don't know, so many of them. I think Kurt Russell.
Really? That's fun.
I like Kurt Russell. Yeah,
All right.
I've always liked Kurt Russell.
All right.
He's down to earth guy. Maybe I'm wrong, but he always seems like he's, just somebody you could talk to.
All right. Moving on to the next segment.
And it's time for Would You Rather? Would you
rather? Would I rather?
Kicking it live and direct here at the Fountain.
Okay, here's your big choice. Would
All
you
right.
rather break a light bulb in your mouth?
My dog ate a light bulb.
Or be slashed with a dozen paper cuts and then dipped in alcohol?
I would say break a light bulb in my mouth.
And why?
Because I believe I could do it without getting cut. I believe I could use my teeth and break it and then just go and spit out the stuff without
That
actually
was stupid.
And that concludes Would You Rather? Brought to you by absolutely nobody.
Good. That's really good.
Sonny's pet peeve
of the week.
Toilet paper. Toilet paper, people. Toilet paper. Put the roll of toilet paper on the spool correctly. It must come off the top. You must be able to spin it this way in order to achieve your goal of getting the proper amount of paper in your opposite hand. When you put it the other way and you pull it, it pulls the little sheets off one at a time, frustrating you and getting them all over the floor. By this point, it interrupts the whole cycle of what's trying to happen in the bathroom. So I ask you, make sure you put the toilet paper rolling from the top.
I
And
do
people-
agree with you.
That is my pet peeve of the week.
All right. Sonny, any final thoughts on this week's episode?
Final thoughts. I do have a final thought.
I love so much about the name Dennis. It's just how debaucherous it is. That's literally the only word I can find for this. It's a really debaucherous name, and it's debaucherous.
It's debaucherous. It's
You're
debaucherous.
You're so debaucherous.
So debaucherous. Yes. Okay.
Are
I
you
have
gonna-
nothing to add. I think we said it all.
Are you going to end our show now?
I am. I was thinking of it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was thinking this would be. Let's try this. Okay. You talk to you on here. I'm going to give you a little ambiance.
I gotta put my backpack on my shoulder and start walking. And you can only see my back. Travel down that long
That highway.
Yes.
To the lonely world called
to my next destination.
Life.
Mr. McGee, you wouldn't like me angry. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. All right, everyone. It's been fun. We will see you next week. We got some good stuff to show you next week. So hang in there, everybody.
What happened to our tagline?
You want the tagline?
This has been a hatchet job.
Oh, folks.
Wait, why don't I just jump the gun too?
Folks,
Hey, don't be a fountain, just be a drain.
leave your opinion or thoughts our listener line at 413-612-8037, reminding everyone to subscribe to our podcast via your listening or viewing preference. And don't forget to visit our website at fountainofthought.com for contests and so much more. And remember, everyone, be a fountain,
not a drain.
Now, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, groovy, baby.
This one time at band camp?
Dennis likes to joke around that he's the pitmaster of the world and all of that, and he is.
Great googly moogly.
The number you have reached, 911, has been changed to a non-published number.
You're stupid.